All right, how's it going, y'all? So, thank y'all so much for stopping in. I'm sure Camel will be here very soon. Um, so yeah, just hang tight here for a second. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Feel free to say hi in the chat and stuff like that, and we will get cooking here in just a bit. But yeah, this is going to be the draft stream for this. Camel doesn't it starts taking too long, then we might just get going. As soon as I here in a bit, but we can wait a couple minutes. He said that he wouldn't be too long. So worst comes to worst, he might just like join us like halfway through, talking about like the the whatchamacallit stuff. So I should probably actually get that fixed here in just a second. It's been a little bit since I've done this. Alright, yeah, pop out. There we go. So we do that. How's it going, Obo? How's it going, Bread? How is it going, y'all? Thank y'all so much for stopping in. We're gonna hang out here just for a second. See if Camel's going to show up. If not, all good. We'll make it happen. We'll make it work. And then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, so he said he's in another call. So, Scrub, how's it going? So for those of y'all that are in the league, first off, thanks so much for coming in and joining us this season. And then yeah, so how have you guys been liking it so far? I actually thought that our draft was pretty good. We had a relatively good draft, I thought. Went fairly smoothly. Not like the craziest in the world, but it wasn't the quickest in the world, but I think it went pretty well. So overall, so I definitely think that we are gonna have a good season here. A lot of the week 1 games have already been played. No spoilers, of course. For all the people that are going to be uploading and stuff like that. We don't want to be spoiling for them. So, but yeah. So, yeah. So I will wait another 20 seconds. Let's see. Let's say that then be 9 minutes, and then the stream has started. Since the stream started, so yeah, we're actually starting a little early because I'm dumb and I kind of scheduled a game at about the same time as I was doing the draft stream. So that's my bad. All right, just a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and just hop into it. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. We are here for the Season 6 draft analysis for the CBN. You see all the lovely coaches, logos, and stuff like that they're joining us this season. Of course, all the links for any coach that I can think of that's going to be uploading. There's that down in the description. Go check them out. They're great. Future weeks, if I do like watch throughs and stuff like that, I'll set up little bot commands and stuff like that. But for now, just check the description. If you're watching this later, also check the description. Be great. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So if you don't know, the CBN is a VGC draft league that I created. And it's just my own draft league. I really enjoyed this league. I think it's a lot of fun to play some VGC draft, and I'm attempting to, even with my tiny little channel, to try to, get VGC draft a little bit more visibility and stuff like that, because, it's all the bigger leagues and stuff are singles and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to do my part to give VGC draft a place to have some content and stuff like that. So I think that it's just, it's my tiny little channel ain't going to get too far, but, it is what it is. I'm doing my part, I guess you could say. But, yeah, so this season, though, season 6, we have 14 coaches this season, which is a pretty big step up from the last season. We had 8, pretty much we tried to push for 16 coaches this season, but it just didn't quite work. It didn't quite pan out, which is fine. It happens. And I was trying to push for 2 divisions, but I think 14 is a good number. And because of that, because we only have a 8-week season, it's going to be pretty competitive because we're going to be doing top 6 playoffs. So, of course, the top 2 seeds get a round 1 bye in playoffs, and then the other ones play in like the quarterfinals and stuff like that. So, it's going to be a very competitive season. Less than half the players are going to make playoffs. Camel and I kind of bounced the idea back and forth about whether it's going to be top 8 or top 6. We landed on top 6, and I do agree with him that it makes the regular season feel more like it mattered in a way. So yeah, I think that is just a good way to look at it. Games will matter a lot more, and that's just overall just a lot of fun. So yeah, here at the CBN, we've kind of ironed out like kind of a team structure wise that we do. We have 10 overall picks, which I think is a great number of Pokemon to have, plenty of creativity to build with just 10 Pokemon. And then you have 5 tiered picks and 5 points picks, and then a 400 points budget to get those points picks. So now, if you know me, I really like points draft, like full points draft, but we found in the past that full points was kind of like the super top heavy teams that you could get with points drafts were really, really overwhelming. So we decided, hey, let's just pull it back a little bit and let's just be like, okay, the points draft just isn't quite working out. We're going to go ahead and just do tier draft. So should also just realize I should have like some music on in the background or something. I'm sorry, guys. So let's just do like Nintendo Lo-Fi. Why not? Just find us a big old playlist or something like that. Glitch is streaming something. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay. There we go. And then I'll fix that in here in just a second. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. Like I said, the way that we decided it should work is we have 5 tiered picks. So you pick a S, A, B, C, and D tier, and then you will pick any Pokemon from any tiers with 400 points. So I believe it was you know what? I don't even have to say I believe. We can look at it. So the draft board. So A tier was 180 points, B tier was 120, C tier 80, D tier 40, and F tier was 20. So you're not mandatory to pick an F tier, but it helps fill out the points. So, and then S tier, you can only get one of them. So there is that. So I don't know why my little bars for like the audio and stuff like that aren't coming up. Thanks Streamlabs for being terrible. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, they still didn't come up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. Hopefully y'all can at least hear me. That's the important part. And we'll just kind of go from there. So, let's see. Does this help? I don't know if it's working or not. Whatever. We'll just do it this way. I have other things set up, but I became completely unprepared because I started the stream early, but, whatever. Anyway, Terra for our league. We decided that there is precedent for any Pokemon in VGC to Terra, and we wanted to keep that true. So we've decided on all Pokemon in your team can Terra, and they can Terra into any type. All you have to do is reveal at Team Preview what the Terra types are. And last season, this was how we ran it, and I think everybody more or less really enjoyed that. Of course, you guys let me know. I'm always open to suggestions for future seasons and stuff like that. And yeah, so but yeah, so I think that this is a pretty good rule for VGC draft, just because you have the precedent of standard VGC right there, and just in general, Terra's just really strong. Terra's incredibly powerful. The mechanic is straight up kind of broken in singles, especially. But most of that is like kind of the surprise factor. And yeah, so but let me pin Camel one more time. About to get into the teams. Teams, FYI, sorry for short notice. All right, so anyway, so yeah, Terra is good, and we just didn't want to go like full open team sheet, because that just kind of completely ruins the entire point of draft. So there is that. But enough about all of this nonsense. Let's finally get into the teams. I'm sure Camel will join us eventually. Maybe even Danny will join us. I don't really know. But yeah, let's go ahead and just actually get into the teams and what's going on this season. So boom, there we go. First pick overall was Sosa. Of course, link down below. Go check them out. Season 6, pick 1. They ended up picking up Ogerpon Hearthflame, which as an S tier, Hydreigon, Great Tusk, Empoleon, the new Pheasantipity. So they got 2 new mons. Thundurus, Galarian Slowbro, Sneasler, Zangoose, and Dipplin. So actually 3 brand new Pokemon. So that is great. So overall, I really like this team. I think it's really cool. Ogerpon Hearthflame is an insane Pokemon. It just does a ton of damage, and of course, because it can Terra, it can, just be a massive problem getting that attack boost and stuff like that. So of course, it can only Terra into a fire type, but Embody Aspect is an insane ability. So there's that. So I could also see some fun, weather shenanigans coming out here with maybe some manual weather. You got the photosynthesis boost on the Great Tusk, and then you're boosting Ogerpon's fire moves. You got Hydreigon that typically runs like Heat Wave and stuff like that. You got Weather Ball on Thundurus and stuff like that. But yeah, so Pheasantipity is actually an excellent Tailwind setter as well. I've used it a little bit in the past. I actually used a VGC team with Pheasantipity and Empoleon, and not to forget, Empoleon has a great buff in this generation with competitive, as opposed to Defiant. It used to have Defiant, now it has competitive, and that's awesome. So competitive is really good to pair with like Ogerpon and Great Tusk, hell, even like Sneasler and Zangoose as physical attackers, which is cool. So definitely look forward to that. So Dipplin, it seems like kind of an interesting choice here. You don't have a ton that super takes advantage of it, but you do have like Wild Bolt Storm on Thundurus that can really appreciate Dipplin's evasion drop, for sure. So I could definitely see that being like a strong pairing. Hydro Pump on Empoleon being able to hit those safely and stuff like that. Hell, even like Hydreigon's Draco Meteor and stuff. So yeah, I will say weaknesses of the team. The team does look a little bit slow. you have Ogerpon for good speed, but a lot of the times Ogerpon's going to want to be running at least a little bit of bulk, and you're more offensive, so you might even want to be running some offensive in natures and stuff like that. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, you do also have Sneasler, or Sneasel, not Sneasler, at pretty solid speed tier as well. Granted, it's a Sneasel. It can hit pretty hard, but like it's really there for like speed and fake out and stuff like that, and that's pretty much about it. So, but there's that. So, overall, really cool team. I think that it has a very strong fast mode with like Pheasantipity Tailwind, Hydreigon Tailwind, if they can get that up and running. And then just overall strong cores and stuff like that. You got Fire, Water, Grass core and Dragon Fairy Steel core in basically like 4 Pokemon, which is really, really cool. So that's awesome. So overall, very cool team. We don't really do power rankings or anything like that. But I'd say like maybe like a solid middle of the road kind of team on this thing. It doesn't have like anything that really calls out to me and saying like this is busted. So but yeah, so next up though, we got Kurt the Buzzwole and the East Coast Bisharps at pick 2. So they ended up picking up Skyman. Yes, we allowed Skyman. Is a mythical, and I allow mythicals in my league, which is awesome, and I love that. So this team is terrifying. This is quite possibly the best team in the entire draft, I might say. Yeah, this team is really, really crazy good. So yeah, of course you got Skyman, crazy good Pokemon. Serene Grace, Air Slash flinches, and Serene Grace on was it Seed Flare is crazy. You have Torkoal, this is the best Sunsetter. It can do well in Trick Room as well, so you have even counter Trick Room nonsense. Roaring Moon with Sun, he doesn't need Sun because it could of course run Booster Energy, but in Sun you don't have to worry about that, which is crazy good. So yeah, Roaring Moon seems really, really powerful on this team, especially because like you can just have a Tailwind for free. And speaking of Tailwind, he also has Kilowattrel. I used Kilowattrel last season. Excellent Tailwind setter. Fantastic Pokemon to be a good Tailwind setter. He even got to Intimidate with Mabostiff, which is pretty cool. Lilligant, of course, super freaking annoying Pokemon, and Lilligant Torkoal is a tried and true combo, which is just so stupid. So yeah, this team is terrifying. I am not looking forward to playing this at all, and I didn't even talk about like some of his other threats, like Iron Moth, of course. Like Iron Moth, it's not the craziest Pokemon in VGC, but it's still really pretty fast, really, really strong, and can run Booster Energy and stuff like that too. So you if you're running Sun, you have Photosynthesis on Roaring Moon, and then you also have Booster Energy, so you can basically double dip on like the Paradox abilities and stuff like that, which is crazy cool. And then yeah, so the Dunsparce is cool. Lycanroc Midnight is cool as well. Very, very cool team overall. I am not looking forward to this, and so far at least I think this might be one of if not the best team in the league, just because it just has so many freaking scary threats, which is insane. So all right, next up though, we got my team. Hooray for the Charlotte Chandelures. So of course I have my full draft analysis where like I talk about my team and stuff like that, so I'm not gonna like go too crazy here talking about it. But yeah, I picked up Como with a lot of support around it, with like Rabombi, Mousehold, and Poltergeist and stuff like that. We got a couple fake out mons with Salazzle and Gothitelle. Gert Bilbo used Salazzle last season, and that kind of inspired me. I think it's just like a super good mon for sure. We got Crocodile. I really did want Arcanine, but Arcanine got sniped, and I really wanted it, for like a justified combo plus an intimidator and stuff like that, and I probably would have gotten a different S tier if I did that, but I'm not really super upset about getting Crocodile and Heatran. Like, Heatran is probably one of the weaker S tiers on the list, but it's still a freaking incredible Pokemon, and I'm not upset picking it up, so that's cool. So, Miss Magius is cool. Also, it has Perish Song, so we have like a mini Perish Trap core going on with Gothitelle in Miss Magius, so that's kind of cool. Something that I could potentially throw out. And then Rotom, last but not least, just is there for kind of like a Disc Quake combo kind of thing with Crocodile potentially. Could also take advantage of like Tailwind from Rabombi, hell, even like Sweet Scent from Rabombi, so we can hit Blizzards and stuff like that. And just overall, it's just really good utility Pokemon. So yeah, my team, it's got some weaknesses. Obviously, priority is not great into my team because, but you know, I do have Tailwind and stuff like that, which is pretty strong. I think that Trick Room might, like hard Trick Room, might be kind of tricky for my team to deal with. And Como, but Como is really hard to prep for, I think, because like obviously you can read like the Clangorous Soul set and stuff like that, which I can definitely read into, but I can also go like a Iron Defense Body Press set and stuff like that, Drain Punch and stuff like that. I can hell even go like Dragon Dance or Bulk Up or something like that. Yeah, this Pokemon just has so much versatility, and it's going to be really fun to play with this season, and I'm looking forward to that. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, that's my team, and we're going to go ahead and hop in, and we'll look at the next team, which is going to be Scrub Supreme and the Florida Dirges. So yeah, really cool team. They picked up Darkrai. I was gonna pick up Darkrai, but you know, it is what it is. I have it in the singles league. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. I really wanted to get Como though, because I thought Como was gonna be really fun. But so I'm okay with giving up my boy Darkrai a little bit. So anyway, let's look at the team. Obviously, Darkrai, crazy good Pokemon. Never been allowed in VGC before. It does have nerfed Dark Void, which really freaking sucks. But thankfully, we don't have Dipplin plus Darkrai, so that's cool. We don't have to worry about that nonsense. We do have Regieleki, which is strong for like speed control and stuff like that. And it just hits really hard, it's really fast, and it's just a really good Pokemon. Tornadus Therian is still a really good Pokemon. Obviously, Tornadus Incarnate in doubles is typically better because of Prankster and Tailwind and Taunt and all that nonsense. But, you know, Tornadus Therian gets all of those tools still minus Prankster, plus some more speed and, you know, a lot of bulk. So overall, it's pretty cool. He's got like a mini sand core with Sandaconda and Houndstone, which is pretty cool. I kind of wish maybe he got like a true sand setter, even if it was like maybe Baby Hippo or something like that. But you know, Sandaconda is a cool Pokemon. It can like coil, and you can even go for like Shed Skin and stuff like that, which is cool. So that's nice. Yeah, there's that. And Tauros, good Intimidator. This is the Blaze Tauros. I know it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but so yeah, this is the fire one. Very strong Pokemon. I used it in the past, and it was really, really fun. So, right. So, but yeah, and Tauros is great. You also got Alolan Muck, mainstay, good Pokemon of the past VGC, which is cool. Donphan, I don't think I've ever really seen Donphan do anything before, but you know, it's a strong Pokemon. It's could be decent in Trick Room and stuff like that, so that's cool. You got Okidogi as well. I actually really like Okidogi. I think it's such a cool Pokemon, and it's just really powerful as well. It hits super hard. It can deter Intimidate with Guard Dog and stuff like that, which is awesome. And just Terra on it is so good. Like, you can go Terra Dark, you can go one of your Terra Stabs, you can go Terra, other Terras, flying and stuff to avoid ground moves and stuff. Overall, I think it's just a really powerful Pokemon, and I think that Scrub is going to have a lot of fun prepping with it. And then, of course, last but not least, he's got freaking the Fungus, which is a really cool little support Pokemon for very cheap, and I like that a lot. So yeah, Fungus is great. Yeah, it's got Rage Powder, obviously got Spore and stuff like that. It's really freaking slow, so if you bring Trick Room against him, you might have to worry about a Fungus. So there's that. So yeah, overall, very cool team, very diverse team, which is what I really like. And yeah, definitely looking forward to trying out, seeing how Darkrai does in this league. All right, next up we got Emerald Miner, another newcomer to the league. Shout out to Emerald Miner, of course, links down in the description, stuff like that. They ended up picking up Rapid Strike Urshifu and Dragapult as kind of like their two really powerful Pokemon at pick 5. Kind of crazy that Urshifu Rapid stuck around until pick 5. But I guess it makes sense. A little bit of new toy syndrome and stuff like that. But yeah, Urshifu Rapid, one of the best freaking Pokemon in the entire game, especially in this format, and it's really, really strong. A lot of people were actually wanting to have it banned. I don't think it needs to be banned. I don't think that it needed to be banned. It did very well last season. But I never felt like it was like a severely overwhelming force, like something like Fluttermane would be, or something like that, or Magearna. But there's that. And even I was on the fence about Magearna, but yeah. Anyway, though, we also got Thundurus Incarnate with the Prankster and stuff like that. Could be also really good for Defiant to deter Intimidates and stuff like that, which is cool. Scizor for priority, Toedscruel for some support and like redirection stuff with Rage Powder. Espeon is Espeon. I don't really know what to say about Espeon. It's there. It's a fast psychic. Can hit hard. Which is cool. You got Dragapult, of course. Really, really fast Pokemon. Really powerful, especially with Terra. It actually gives it a Ghost Stab, which is great. And that's just really, really strong. So Dragapult usually falls more under like kind of a support role in VGC. But overall, it's just a really, really good Pokemon. And can definitely go on the offensive regardless. Hey, how's it going, Kurt? So yeah, we're vibing, we're trying it, we're chilling. So I did start early, to be fair as well. So I meant to start at 8, but I'm dumb. And I scheduled the draft game around the same time schedule, so I just decided to start early. So, but there's that. So, anyway, Overquill, Intimidate Pokemon, fantastic. I actually really like this Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Thundurus gets Rain Dance, right? I don't remember. Let me actually look that up real quick, because I'm actually curious if it gets Rain Dance. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever. Alright. Thundurus Incarnate. It does get Rain Dance. So that could be something very, very scary. You could go like Thundurus Incarnate plus like Swift Swim, Overquill, and Water Urshifu and stuff like that, which is really crazy good. You got also Lycanroc, which is cool. I don't really know what it's gonna really do in VGC, but it can hit rock slides and stuff like that. It's really strong. So that's kind of cool. And then of course he's got the bus. The bus is so good. If you don't know about Chargebug, this little guy is crazy. So yeah, Chargebug has an ability called Battery, and it works kind of similar to Stonjourner's Power Spot, where the power of special attacks are boosted by 1.3 times, which is just basically giving all special offense a life orb, which is kind of freaking crazy. So there's that. So now granted, sniped him of the bus. Sniped Kurt of the bus. So yeah, the bus is great. This Pokemon is crazy good. Now granted, he might not have the best abusers of the bus, because he has like a lot of physical offense, but he's got Dragapult, he's got Espeon, and he's got Thundurus, which are really, really strong special attackers in their own right. So I think that's fine. And then Carbink is really cool. I actually really like Carbink a lot. I think it's just a good defensive Pokemon and stuff like that. And it can set up Trick Room. It can go for like Iron Defense, Body Press shenanigans. I think it's just a good Pokemon. So overall, really like Emerald Miner's team. He's got good speed control. He's got redirection. He's got Intimidates. He's got one of the most busted Pokemon in the format, and then another incredibly good Pokemon on top of that. So yeah, definitely looking forward to how he does with this one. So next up, we got Camel, Camel's team, and yeah, this is a absolutely crazy team. Pick 6, he ended up getting good old Iron Hands. So Iron Hands, obviously one of the best Pokemon in the entire format. You see it on like over half of teams. This Pokemon is just crazy good. It lives every single hit that you throw at it for no reason. It's so freaking hard to kill. And it just does so much damage on top of that. This Pokemon is dumb. Like, this Pokemon was literally made for VGC. Like, it's got fake outs. It's really, really bulky, really strong. And then on top of that, he has the freaking crazy core of Dragonite Qianbao. This core has been going since the very beginning of VGC this generation. It is absolutely insane. Now, granted, I saw some people complaining about this, but it was like, dude, y'all left Qianbao on the board until round 3, okay? It's not his fault that at pick 6, it was there. So, yeah. Granted, I knew Camel was going for this. I knew Camel was going for this, going for the combo. And I wasn't going to get in his way because I thought it was freaking hilarious. And Camel's just awesome. So, yeah, this is terrifying. Like, literally just his first 3 Pokemon. He could bring those 3 Pokemon every single game this entire season. And it was just, he'll be fine. So yeah, that'd be cool. So on top of that, he's got Hatterene, great like Trick Room setter and stuff like that, because he's got Magic Bounce and stuff. Torterra, insane Pokemon in Trick Room, but also can do the Shell Smash thing now, which is cool. That's just awesome. Vivian, I actually really like Vivian. So Vivian has, Rage Powder and stuff like that, but it also has Friend Guard, which is cool. And, Sleep Powder, you can go for Tailwind, you can go for all kinds of silly nonsense, support moves and stuff like that. But Friend Guard, really, really good ability, for sure. So that's cool. Hisuian Typhlosion is really cool. Eruption spam on a ghost type that can't be faked out is crazy good. Arbok for an Intimidator is pretty cool. Definitely looking at that. That Pokemon is a solid low tier value. And then he's got Primplup, which, sure. He really believes in this. I remember talking to him about it, and he really believes in the Primplup pick. But I don't know about it, but, it still has competitive. It's still pretty bulky, can run Eviolite and stuff like that. So, that's pretty cool. And then Ambipom. So Ambipom is really powerful. Of course, it's got Technician. Of course, it has Technician and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just really, really powerful Pokemon. Terranormal is really strong. Hell, it can even go for like fake out Last Resort nonsense still, which is cool. So yeah. Uh, oop. Anyway. All right. Next up, though, we got pick number 7, Fistier Doom. Ended up picking up the Dark Urshifu, which is another really, really powerful Pokemon. Of course, any Pokemon with the stupid Unseen Fist ability is going to be really, really strong. So there's that. So, and pairing it with Amoonguss. Amoonguss is a really strong Pokemon. And, you know, Redirection, Spore, being fat and annoying, Pollen Puff is good. There's that and stuff like that. It works really well in Trick Room as well. And another good Trick Room Pokemon, Diancie. I had Diancie last season. Crazy good Pokemon. Really, really enjoyed that Pokemon. It didn't come to too many games, but it was really, really strong, and I really enjoyed it. Who knows? Maybe he can pull off a weakness policy Diancie sweep like I did. That's really cool. So, Arcanine is, you know, of course, he's the one that sniped me of my boy Arcanine. But, you know, that's okay. It's really good Pokemon. Obviously, go for Intimidates and stuff like that. Will-O-Wisp, Snarl. Just really good, like, roll compression Pokemon. It's nice. Noivern, really fast Tailwind setter. Really strong Pokemon as well. Spectre, insane special offense to pair with the crazy physical offense of Urshifu. And can be a good support Pokemon as well. You know, it gets Snarl, it gets Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that too. And then Gothorita, let's go. Picking up Little Goth. So I actually think that Little Goth is fantastic value for where it was. I think this is a really good Pokemon, like, because Shadow Tag is just so good. And Gothorita actually doesn't have terrible stats to take advantage of it, so that's really nice. For it, it's got Follow Me. It's even got Tidy Up now, which is kind of cool, I guess. So there's that, and that's really cool. And then Vikavolt is really, really powerful. Pokemon can be run in Trick Room and just does a ton of damage. So there's that. So yeah, I think Vikavolt's pretty good. It is a pretty good Pokemon overall, and you know, can be really powerful in the right hands. And I think this team could definitely use it pretty well. I do kind of wish that there was a ground type you could pair next to it, because you could make like a really powerful Disc Quake combo with Vikavolt, especially in Trick Room. So maybe if he can hunt down like a strong, like a decently strong like ground type, he could make that work. But who knows? And then last but not least, of course, the little stack. Knuckle Stack is cool. It's bulky. It's gonna be annoying with Salt Cure and stuff like that, which is just cool. We don't respect Little Stack. I think Little Stack is awesome. So there's that. So, all right. Next up, we got Absolute 76, which has the other S tier Ogerpon being the Wellspring Ogerpon paired with Arcanine. So Arcanine Hisui. So Fire, Water, Grass right there into Pokemon is crazy, crazy good. But it doesn't even stop there, because he's got Sneasler and he's got the little Thwack to pair with it, which is cool. So I, of course, had Rillaboom and Sneasler last season. Wow. And it was just so good. It was such a good pairing. Sneasler just was able to pop the Grassy Seed constantly and just get going. He's even got like a mini rain mode with like Politoed and Dreadnought, which is awesome. He's got good redirection with Clefable. He's got some chunky mons like Corviknight and Goodra, which are, just really fat, chunky mons. Corviknight can set up Tailwinds. Actually pretty solid, slower Tailwind setter. Because, it's pretty much guaranteed to get it off because it's just so bulky. It's going to live pretty much any hit, so that's cool. And then Ampharos. Ampharos is one of those Pokemon, it's like, it's kind of slow, it's kind of not slow, it's just kind of there. I think that's probably like the only like real weak link on the team is the Ampharos, but a strong Electra type is not bad, and it's pretty bulky. So there's that. So I actually really like this team. Absolute 76, actually, funny story. He joined this league. He didn't think he thought it was going to be singles, and he learned it was VGC, and he decided to stick around anyway. So fantastic. Awesome for that. Thanks for stopping by, bud. Really appreciate you. So there is that. So, all right. Next up, we got Luck Stats at pick number 9. So they picked up a lot of like mid-tier Pokemon. So we got like Weavile, we got Mimikyu, you got Gardevoir, Magcargo, Mamoswine, and Clodsire. So just a bunch of like kind of mid Pokemon. And then like obviously some really powerful ones like Iron Bundle, one of the fastest, if not probably the fastest with the booster energy Pokemon in the format, which is crazy good. Got good speed control with like Icy Wind and stuff like that. Hits really freaking hard. So there's that, and that's really cool. So he of course has the Baxcalibur, awesome Pokemon, really crazy good, crazy strong Pokemon as well. And you know, got Scale Shot now, so it can, you know, outspeed things now, which is cool. And then Cinderace is really strong as well, and Glimmora is, you know, kind of always been somewhat of a mainstay Pokemon. You know, it got Mortal Spin, it could poison 2 Pokemon at the same time. It's kind of cool. You know, hazards in VGC are not really a thing, but Glimmora kind of makes them a thing a little bit, which is kind of nice. So yeah, there's that. So this team, I think, would love to get a Hail Setter, or Snow Setter rather. You have Baxcalibur, you got Iron Bundle, you got Weavile even, you got Mamoswine even that can take advantage of just that defense boost in Hail. Snow, it's not Hail, it's Snow. So yeah, I think that could be really strong on a team potentially like this. So there's that. So I would consider maybe looking at Abomasnow. Maybe I don't know if you'll be able to, you know, move things around to get Alolan Ninetales. Oh wait, I think actually somebody already drafted Alolan Ninetales. We'll see it here in a bit. I don't remember, but try to get Hail on. Try to get Snow on here somehow. I think that'd be really cool. Hell, you could even go like one of the Slow Kings. Maybe. I'm pretty sure one of the Slow Kings got was left undrafted, and I think that could be kind of cool to have. Of course, you can always go manual, but you know, manual is kind of meh. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Magcargo's cool. That was a thing for a little bit. Sure. I'll at least say hi to it. So there's that. So. All right, next up, pick 10. We got Orange Soda in the Cardiff Kamalas, and they ended up picking up Sinistcha, Moltres Galar, which is a really good pairing, and of course the Landorus Therian, the face of this kind of format, which is crazy cool. So yeah, that's nice. Glastrier is pretty strong Pokemon as well. Can definitely take advantage of the support that Sinistcha gives. You know, being hospitality and Trick Room and stuff like that, which is very cool. Very bulky Pokemon can get going under a Trick Room and just snowball out of control, which is cool. Grafia is a crazy good Prankster Pokemon. You know, it's got Fake Out and stuff like that, but you know, Prankster Encore is so freaking annoying. So there's that. Inteleon's just like a fast special attacker. It's okay. But being able to ignore redirection with Snipe Shot is actually really cool. We don't have many ways, if any. Actually, I think it might actually be the only real way to ignore redirection. Outside, I guess Barrascuda, but like whatever. There's that. Tinkaton's really cool. Bolt Breaker, Fake Out can, you know, stop pretty much anything, which is nice. It has a lot of good support tools, and it's actually pretty fast. You know, a lot faster than you think it would be. So there's that. Yeah. So Rotom Heat's cool. It's a Rotom. it's one of the better Rotoms. Can do screens, can burn things, can hit fairly hard. So there's that. And then Dragalge, another great like Trick Room Pokemon as well. And then Slitherwing. Slitherwing is there. I'll say that. So yeah, this team, I think it could kind of benefit maybe from another Trick Room user, maybe, because like you got like Dragalge, you got Glastrier, hell, even you could potentially run Landorus in Trick Room, maybe. But I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Like, I think it's just like a very diverse spread of Pokemon. It's kind of hard for me to pinpoint like a main strategy on this thing, which is definitely to Orange Soda's benefit, of course, in draft, because like he can definitely go a slow mode with Sinistcha and Glastrier and stuff like that, or you can go quick, like a faster mode with like Scarfed Landorus and like Tailwind Moltres and stuff like that. So it's really hard to pinpoint where he's gonna go with this kind of team. And yeah, I always really like that. I think this is a pretty well put together team, because those ones are always kind of some of the harder ones to prep for, which is pretty cool. All right, next up we got Gert Bilbo making his return. So Gert made playoffs last season, which is awesome, great for him. And his first overall pick was the big man Rillaboom. So Rillaboom got Grassy Glide back, got a few other tools back like high horsepower and stuff like that, which is cool, and just hits really freaking hard. And he also picked up the new monkey in Monkey Dory. So he's got double monkey power going on right here. So 2 fake out Pokemon, which is crazy good. He's also got Ceruledge, my favorite Pokemon of the generation, which is cool. I'm very happy about that. Hisuian Gudra, which I drafted last season, was fantastic, and I had the same combo of Rillaboom plus Hisuian Gudra. Very, very good combo, because the longevity of Hisuian Gudra is not always there, because you're relying on just on leftovers, but now you're relying on leftovers and grassy terrain, and that's fantastic. So Stantler should probably not have been an F tier Pokemon. It just probably was one of those things that slipped through the cracks. It's actually a fantastic Pokemon. It's got like Trick Room and Prison and stuff like that, which is really crazy good. Tinglu is really just a bulky, chunky boy. Can do a lot of damage in Trick Room and stuff like that, which is nice. Or just in general, just help debuff and keep the team alive by lowering special attacks and stuff like that, and just does so much damage. And then of course Fissure is a move. Let's go with that. So you got Galarian Zapdos, fantastic Pokemon to deter Intimidates and stuff like that, going into Rillaboom and Ceruledge and stuff like that. So also pretty good fast Pokemon, hits really hard, and there's that. So Morgrem, actually fantastic lower tier Pokemon. I actually was considering it for a while before I decided to go the direction that I was going with my draft. So I definitely see the appeal of Morgrem a lot. It goes for screens, it's got fake out, it's got basically every tool that Grimmsnarl has, except for like offense. It can't do a lot of damage, but it does have foul play, so at least it can help with that. So that's cool. Clawitzer and Electros are 2 really strong like slower Pokemon, and with like a pretty reliable Trick Room setter in like the Stantler. I definitely could see them really popping off in Trick Room. They just hit so freaking hard. They're pretty bulky and just really, really strong Pokemon overall. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah, for sure. So I really like Gert's team. Again, one of these more diverse teams. Can't really get a read on it, but I do think it kind of leans more into like more of like a slower pace game. You got like Gudra, you got Tinglu, and stuff like that. So you can definitely see him like maybe setting up screens and just sitting behind them and just chipping away at your team, and maybe not taking big, huge one hit KO knockouts, but he's going to win a War of Attrition 9 times out of 10, and I can get behind that kind of strategy for sure. All right, next up, oh boy, the hard Trick Room team. We got Lalo and the LA Articunos at pick number 12. Excuse me. So yeah, this is just like a really cool, really cool team with the Ursaluna and the Castelia. Of course, one of the craziest combos in the entire VGC, right now, which is just crazy good. So you got Sableye for fake out and screens and gravity and all kinds of other nonsense that you can do with this little guy, which is crazy good. So yeah, this is pretty much just hard Trick Room. You even got like one of the other best Trick Room setters in the format in Farigiraf, blocking priority and stuff as well, with Armor Tail is crazy. And then King Gambit, I love King Gambit. Like, all of my recent teams that I've built myself for VGC, they're King Gambit centered. They are King Gambit teams. I love this Pokemon. King Gambit plus Ursaluna plus Castelia plus freaking Farigiraf all on the same team. This is gonna be a nightmare. You better have good Trick Room answers. You better have good ways to stop Trick Room. And even if you don't stop the Trick Room, you still have to worry about all the freaking damage that these Pokemon are going to do. Because Ursaluna and King Gambit, they're just absolute monsters. And, then, of course, you have Gastrodon, another one of my favorite Pokemon in VGC. Just because, it's just such a good, reliable Pokemon. Takes hits really well. Redirects water-type moves, which is nice when you have, like, an Ursaluna that's weak to them and stuff like that, which is cool. Hisuian Braviary, I don't really know about Hisuian Braviary. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. It hits relatively hard on the special side. It can set up Tailwind, but then again, of course, you have Fletchinder. And Fletchinder is a Tailwind setter, and it's a pretty decent one at that, so... because it has Gale Wings and priority and stuff like that, so why not? There's that. Yeah, and then Belly Bolt is cool, and Cyclozar is there. I don't really know what the Cyclozar is doing, but it's there. But Belly Bolt is really cool. Legit, actually, Belly Bolt is fantastic Pokemon. It hits way harder than you think it does. So that's really cool. So, yeah, hard Trick Room. If you can get the Trick Room up, I don't really see a way that you stop him from just plowing through your team with Ursaluna and King Gambit, but he might have some trouble getting the Trick Room up in kind of a counter team format, which I have noticed. But yes, insanely good team. On paper, this looks absolutely terrifying to prepare for. So not looking forward to this one. I think this is my week 3 or 4 or something like that. And I did say myself, I think a hard Trick Room team might be kind of tough for my team. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, almost to the end here. We got King Lex at pick number 13. Ended up picking up the Blood Moon Ursaluna. So we went from Ursaluna to Ursaluna back to back. And of course, Blood Moon Ursaluna, insane Pokemon. And he's pairing it with Clefairy. Clefairy, really good Pokemon. A lot of people, their first time into VGC, they're like, why is Clefairy all the way up here? That's wild. So, but yeah, if Friend Guard, crazy good ability, and it can hold Eviolite, and it can go for, Follow Me, and it could just Heal Pulse, and it'd just be such an annoying little freaking rat. I hate this Pokemon. Oh, man. So, Manaphy, also incredibly strong special attacker. Regidrago, insanely strong special attacker. Yanmega, he's even got Hoopa Unbound, which I'm really interested to see. Because we had Hoopa Unbound last season, and I think we had it as an A tier last season. Yeah, early round 1 Clef is interesting, but still. but yeah, we had Hoopa Unbound last season. I think it's an A tier, and I think we moved it to a B tier this season because I really want to see how it does. So I'm really interested to see how that Pokemon does. Hariyama, really cool Pokemon, great fake out Pokemon. It's of course not as bulky as good old Iron Hands that it spawns from, but excuse me. Whew. Oh my god, I just had to sneeze, but whatever. Anyway. So yeah, really powerful Pokemon with Fake Out and stuff like that, and hits really freaking hard and can run guts and stuff like that, so it's great Pokemon. He's got Galarian Articuno, which is cool. He doesn't really have too many like really powerful physical attackers that we would really want to bring Intimidate against. Outside of, I guess, Hariyama, kinda. So the competitive is not as useful here, but it's still a really good ability, and it can set up Tailwind, it can set up Trick Room, can imprison Trick Room and stuff like that too, which is great. So yeah, just a lot of options on this team. I wonder if anything gets beat up, so you can do like beat up Mudsdale shenanigans. That sounds kind of annoying. I'm sure one of these Pokemon gets beat up. Probably Hoopa gets beat up. I don't know. But, yeah, just, seems like another very diverse team. The speed tiers aren't amazing, I will say. But, I mean, he's got, speed control in, of course, Trick Room and Tailwind and stuff like that. And his Yanmega can go for, like, Protects and, speed boosts and stuff, too. Yeah, just the biggest things, obviously the Ursaluna Blood Moon paired with the Clefairy is really cool, and then the two mythicals in the Manaphy. Manaphy did pretty well last season. Wait, no, Manaphy wasn't in last season, was it? I don't remember. I think it was. I don't remember, but Manaphy looks really cool, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing how Manaphy and Hoopa work out this week. And also, by the way, King Blex's logo, Toon World, probably the coolest freaking logo that I've seen in a really long time. So shout outs for that. So all right, last but not least, we got the Solgaleos by Hydro XC at pick number 14. Chi-Yu made it all the way down, and as the guy that drafted Chi-Yu last season, all I have to say is good luck. May your heat waves actually land. I missed playoffs because I missed 2 heat waves on just the right targets, and I hate that Pokemon because of it, and I hate him. So, but it's still an insanely good Pokemon. Like, don't get me wrong, Chi-Yu is insanely good, and then pairing it next to Tornadus, so it gets the Prankster Tailwind and stuff like that. It's Prankster Sunny Day, so it could just do absurd amounts of damage. Is just awesome. You even got Indeedee for some Psychic Terrain shenanigans, so you don't have to worry about any priority. You got the little combo with Doxbun, so you can go for like Lava Plume, and then hit both opponents, and then Doxbun gets a defense boost, which is pretty cool. Fun little combo right there. And you got even Shiftry with Wind Rider. You can pair next to Tornadus. It gets Fake Out. It gets the attack boost. That's pretty cool. Hawlucha can pop on Burden, be like one of the fastest Pokemon there. Salamence is great for Intimidates and just being like a good bulky Pokemon. Can be his Tailwind setter as well if you don't feel like you need Tornadus that week, which is cool. Slowbro is actually kind of a slept-on Pokemon, I think. Like, the Mon is so freaking fat, it just lives everything. It can set up Trick Room. It can just be a blob wall. It just sits there forever. It's a regenerator Pokemon. And it can even hit kind of hard too. Like, I think that a lot of people like discount Slowbro and VGC. I think it's actually pretty solid. Same kind of with Bronzong. It's just a good, reliable, bulky like Trick Room setter and stuff like that. Can go for like Iron Defense, Body Press stuff. Of course, which is cool. And then Blissey. Blissey is a Pokemon that exists. Of course, it's not bad. It has a ton of HP, of course. It's got a
decent support move pool, go for like heal pulse and stuff like that, but without having like anything else, like my god, if they gave Blissey follow me, that'd be kind of crazy. I think that would actually make it like really, really powerful. But it is what it is. But yeah, really cool, very scary team. Of course, it's more leaning on the special offense, but that's what you got when you got Chi-Yu. That Pokemon is insane. As long as it can hit its moves. That's all I gotta say. So anyway, though, that is gonna be it for here. Thank you all so much for stopping by, if you did, for this draft analysis. I know I kind of did this solo, but it's okay. I enjoyed it. I got to look at all the teams, got to tell you all what I thought about them and stuff like that. And I will be working on the fan doc here this weekend, so we can get out there and all that fun stuff, and we'll have the pick'ems and everything like that, and we'll just try our best to give like the fans in the server something to actually do. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Let me know in the Discord. Check the links down below. Go check out all the people there. Give them likes and loves and stuff like that. You should be seeing some draft analyses coming out over the weekend, maybe, and maybe some this evening. So please go check them out. Join the Discord. We'd love to have you there. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. Like, comment, sub, all that fun